First runner-up is Miss Louisiana, Faith Jenkins, and Miss America 2001 is Miss Hawaii, Angela Perez Barakio. Congratulations.
Before a nationwide audience of millions, 24-year-old Angela Perez Barakio has just been crowned the new Miss America. For the next 48 hours, we'll go behind closed doors as the former Miss Hawaii is transformed into an American icon. Whatever the rest of her year is like, Angela, who likes to be called Angie, has already made history. She's the first Asian American to wear Miss America's crown. She has joined a small sisterhood. Only 73 other women have ever held this prestigious title. In addition to the crown, elementary school teacher Angie Perez Barakio has just won $50,000 to help further her education. Her graduate school will have to wait. For the next 12 months, she's got a non-stop full-time job. From this moment on, every move Angie makes is planned. Every minute of her time is scheduled by the executives of the Miss America organization. For an entire year, they'll constantly be at her side.
Primarily, her schedule adds up to 1 year-long tour of duty as America's Goodwill Ambassador to America.
Her first appearance, a secluded area backstage at the Atlantic City Convention Center known as the Winner's Circle, where she faces the press for the first time.
Thank you. I love you guys. Everybody, I am so in shock right now.
The Miss America organization gave us permission to go behind closed doors for 2 days and nights to show you everything you don't usually see. How are you? Are you just in a daze?
I think that this is a dream. I've been visualizing this in my head, but I didn't realize, I never thought it would ever happen. You don't understand what's going through my mind right now. I feel like I'm going to wake up pretty soon.
Sticking to a strict timetable, pageant officials usher Angie away from the press after 10 minutes. She is taken backstage to an empty function room, where behind closed doors, she meets privately with her parents for the first time as Miss America. Angie's parents, Claudio and Rigolet Perez Barakio, immigrated to the U.S. from the Philippines in the 1970s. Angie is one of 10 children. It was a strict household. In fact, Angie never wore a two-piece swimsuit until she ran for Miss Hawaii at the age of 18. Angie gets a chance to take a breath and admire her new crown. After only a few minutes with her family, Angie is escorted to a private party where the other contestants celebrate with their families. This is her chance to say goodbye to all of her best friends from the past 3 weeks.
Thank you so much. And all of you folks are winners as well. I love you.
2 minutes later, she is off stage, through a connecting corridor, then on a long walk to the hotel next door. All right, Miss America. I want to know what hurts more right now, your facial muscles from smiling or your feet?
My feet. I'm always smiling.
11:45 p.m., time for party number 2. Once she gets there, Angie's first order of business, the official portrait. As the Miss America pageant has evolved over the years, so have the technologies that bring it to us. Angie's pictures are taken with a digital camera so they can be instantly distributed over the internet. Meanwhile, porters have removed the luggage from the modest hotel room Angie shared with Miss Missouri and delivered it to Caesar's Palace's majestic presidential suite. Outside, Angie's family and friends line up to await her arrival. Behind the closed doors of the deluxe suite, Angie is host of private party number 3, this one for friends and family.
Hey, Joan Lunden.
Hi. The party winds down at 2 a.m. Angie has been Miss America for less than 3 hours. Try to get some sleep. 8 o'clock on the beach, on the boardwalk, with a picture tomorrow morning.
I'm sure they'll get me up.
Thank you very much. A security guard spends the night stationed in front of the closed door of her suite, so no one disrupts Angie's few precious hours of sleep.
Angie, come on over here. We're going to go outside.
My buds on.
8 a.m. the next morning. Angie's up and on her way to her next assignment.
It's become a yearly tradition. This photo shoot is the first official morning activity for every newly crowned Miss America. And this image will appear in newspapers around the world.
Awesome. I had a good time. Freezing. I think I'm in shock right now.
After the shoot, Angie hurries back to the hotel for a quick change of clothes, and then to a closed-door meeting with pageant officials to review her biography before it is released to the press. She also receives a wooden box.
What's in the box? This is so unfair.
My traveling crown, of course, but of course. Was it heavy?
It's heavier than my Miss Hawaii crown, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
It really is.
The crown placed on Angie's head last night had to be returned. It's the one that passes from one Miss America to the next during each year's show. The crown in the brown box is Angie's to keep. This crown, which has been set with over 700 rhinestones, cost about $1,000 to make. Angie shares with me the secret of how the crown stays in place.
There are 2 pieces of elastic. I'll probably change these to black like I've done with my other crowns because then you'll see a big white cross on my head. So I have to get black elastic for this, and then you just put pins through. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it stays on.
And it stays on.
Typically, a crucial part of Miss America's training is how to face the press.
We normally have media training for our Miss Americas because all of them have not had a lot of experience with the media. But she's so savvy, she doesn't need it.
10:30 a.m. on to the official day after press conference.
Through the year, I'd like to be known as Angela Perez Barakio, but when I'm signing autographs, I'll probably just put Angie.
Afterwards, I was able to sit down with Angie for a one-on-one interview. I found her to be an incredibly calm and self-confident young woman, especially when you consider the whirlwind raging all around her.
What about the moment when the 5 of you are there and it gets down to just the 2 of you?
They're in shock. All right, that leaves Miss Louisiana and Miss Hawaii.
I thought, hey, she's probably going to win it all. I'm standing there, and I looked at her, and I hugged her, and I'm like, girl, we're here. Can you believe it? It's just the 2 of us in the nation. She couldn't even speak. I said, how are you doing? She's like, I'm in shock. And when they called her as first runner-up, I was in shock.
Miss America 2001 is Miss Hawaii, Angela Perez Barakio.
Did you hear there's a billboard going up in Hawaii now that says, welcome to the home of Miss America?
I cannot believe it. I don't think it's really hit me, the repercussions of and the implications of having this title.
And then, of course, there's keeping your head on your shoulders.
Right. And I think my parents and my family will make sure that I don't have to worry about that. Somebody told me last night, don't let them change you, Angie. And I'm like, please, I'm going to change them.
From Atlantic City, Miss America always goes to New York, the first city out of 200 she will visit during her reign.
She will be traveling an average of 20,000 miles every month, probably finding herself every other day in a new city.
When she flies, it's always first class. And when her year is up, Angie will have a staggering 240,000 frequent flyer miles. And she doesn't travel alone. Her escort, Bonnie Sergani, the Miss America organization's official traveling companion.
I have a picture of every Miss America that I've traveled with, 11 of them, sleeping in the limo.
Bonnie is part troubleshooter, part nursemaid, part mother hen. She will be responsible for Angie day and night for the next 12 months.
I'm not as tired as I thought I'd be, but I'm ready for my nap, because if I don't get a nap, I get grouchy.
Miss America! Miss America! Miss America!
We'll see you in New York.
Yes.
Enjoy the ride. You're going to love New York City.
"1:45 p.m. Carrying an exhausted Miss America, the white stretch limousine leaves Atlantic City with a police escort, bound for the Big Apple." Coming up, I go behind closed doors with the new Miss America as she takes Manhattan by storm.
Behind Closed Doors will continue in a moment here on A&E. Behind Closed Doors with Joan Lunden continues here on A&E.
4 p.m. Sunday, October 15th, now 17 hours after being crowned the new Miss America, the former Miss Hawaii, 24-year-old Angie Perez Barakio, is napping inside a stretch limousine that's making its way toward New York. 4:15 p.m., Angie and her escort Bonnie arrive at the Intercontinental Hotel.
Thank you.
We took our cameras behind closed doors into the 6-room, 1,500 square foot Miss America suite. Going rate for the room, $1,300 a night.
Do you mind if I look around? Oh, we have 2 closets.
Very good.
Now, is it just this room or do we
No,
have a room
keep
as well?
going. Really? You're kidding me.
That's too funny.
There's bathrooms.
How many bathrooms do 2 people need?
I don't know how many rooms are in there.
Jeez. I think my family could live here.
The office, the living room.
This is bigger than my house. Can you believe that? Oh my God. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What should I wear tonight?
As Bonnie unpacks, she discovers that the former Miss Hawaii is in dire need of climate-appropriate clothing.
She doesn't have any winter clothes. So we will make sure she gets some closed-toe shoes and lots of suits and coats and gloves and scarves and be prepared for Minneapolis and Chicago and Boston and Denver, where we'll be going in the next few days.
The cost of Angie's upcoming shopping spree? Not a penny. Designers provide Miss America with free clothing because the high-profile beauty queen literally becomes a walking billboard for their designs. Angie's first night in the Big Apple is spent in her hotel. She eats a small dinner before heading off to bed.
Good night.
Monday morning's wake-up call comes at 5 a.m. At 7 a.m., a limousine picks her up to take her to the Good Morning America show at ABC.
My name's Ren. You're not coming in here, are you? 10 seconds back. 5, 4, 3.
You have said that you thought that bathing suit competition was degrading before you got into this. And
Yes.
there you were.
Right.
You were up there
I know.
in the bathing suit competition.
Angela Perez Barakio, Miss Hawaii.
I play sports. I'm going to play the game. I'll wear the uniform. I'll do what I need to do to get that scholarship money because I want to get college educated. And that was the bottom line. So I thought it was worth it.
15 minutes later, Angie is back in the limo. Her next stop? Live with Regis, where Whoopi Goldberg is the day's guest host.
How are you, Miss America? How are you? I'm good. Good to meet you too.
Oh my gosh, isn't she pretty looking?
Yes, well, yes.
Thank you.
When she leaves the live studio 15 minutes later, Angie is stopped by autograph seekers. This is a new experience for her, but she doesn't get to savor it for long. She still has half a dozen more appearances to make before the end of the day, and it's only 9:40 a.m. Less than 45 minutes later, Angie is sitting down in another studio for yet another interview, this time for CNN. It is her third appearance in as many hours.
I was just happy for anything.
12:50 p.m., back at the Intercontinental Hotel, Angie changes clothes and has a quick lunch meeting.
One of my judges, and I have to thank her.
Less than an hour later, it is time for another press conference, followed by 2 photo sessions and 10 one-on-one interviews with print, radio, and TV journalists.
Angela Perez Barakio, Miss America 2009.
Back at the hotel, Angie makes a quick change into evening clothes.
That looks gorgeous. Yes.
Yeah, that looks good.
Very cute.
Thank you.
After 14 interviews, 4 outfit changes, 6 photo sessions, and only a few hours sleep, it's time once again for Miss America to step in front of the cameras. This time it's the Ed Sullivan Theater for The Late Show with David Letterman. The last stop in a very long day.
This will be a cinch. It'll be fun. Okay?
I'm ready.
Oh, tie ball. A little tie ball, right?
Yep.
Okay, right over here.
All right.
The elevator.
Please welcome the leader of the free world, your Miss America, Angela Perez Barakio. You think at the end of this you're going to think to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm tired of being Miss America.
Yeah, I think that'll happen.
As I watched Angie's appearance on the television monitors backstage, I marveled again at all that she'd been through in the last 48 hours. 2 days ago, Angie Perez Barakio had been an unknown schoolteacher from Hawaii, and now her world had completely changed.
Does it live up to the dream?
It's way beyond anything I had ever imagined. I mean, yeah, I dreamed about it, but I didn't think it would come true.
It's very much like a real-life Cinderella story. Think about it for a minute. You know, her mom and dad immigrated to Hawaii from the Philippines 30 years ago. And 30 years later, one of their 10 children is Miss America. If that's not the American dream, I don't know what is.
Enjoy, Miss America.
Thank you so much.
2 days down, 363 to go. The 80th Miss America behind closed doors. For A&E, I'm Joan Lunden.